Hi, my name is Matt Williams, PJ professional golfer. I've been asked by the team at fungolfdigital.com to answer some of the questions that the readers and viewers have been sending in. One of the questions that's come in is actually quite an interesting one that I use with some of the players, professionals that I teach, as well as many club golfers. And it's, why can't I take my range game or practice game to the course? A lot of the time it's because when we practice, we don't actually practice in a similar environment to what we'd have in a competition or on the golf course. What do I mean by that? You're probably thinking, well, I'm sure you can relate. How many times do you grab a basket of balls and you might hit 10 shots in a row with the same club? That's not something we tend to do on the golf course. You only get one chance. So having 5, 6, 10 shots, by the time you've hit it, you're into a rhythm and you're hitting it good. Obviously, we want to try and simulate the same environment you'd have on a golf course. Now, I've got my golf bag here with my clubs. I'm going to play one hole. What I suggest people do is, most people play the same golf course, especially if you're a member. Or if you're not a member, you tend to play the same 2 or 3 courses as a visitor quite often. So when you go to a driving range, obviously, yes, hitting a number of shots in a row is good if you're working on technique. But taking that to the course, you need to simulate that. So pretend you're playing a golf course. Pretend you're playing 9 holes at somewhere that you know well. So I'm here. I've got a number of targets in the range. And I'm actually going to play one hole of a golf course I play relatively often. Broadstone Golf Club, quite close to me here. So what I would normally do, it's par 5 for the first hole. Not the longest hole, but still require a driver nonetheless. So I'm going to stand here. I'm going to go through my normal routine that I would go through on the golf course. And I'm going to give myself a fairway that represents something similar to the golf course. So I've got 2 markers on the range there. I'm going to go through my normal routine. So I'm going to have my practice swing. I'm going to take my alignment, pick my spot in the distance. I'm going to get set up. And all I'm trying to do is hit that fairway. That's a pretty good one. That's going to be straight down the middle. Pretty good for distance. I'd say I'd probably have about 180, 190 in. As I said, it's not a long par 5. I put the head cover back on the driver, put it back in the bag. Just that alone, most people just leave the club on the side. Putting it back in the bag, it simulates exactly what you would do on the golf course. It gets you in the same mindset. It sounds very silly, but it's really practical and really effective. So let's say I've got 190 into the green. Let's say the pin position's middle, just for argument's sake, and maybe it's a little bit firm. At the minute it's getting to winter, so it will soften up, but let's say it's firm. For me, 180 carry is about 6 iron, so let's say that bounces up to 185, maybe 190. Let's go 6 iron. Now here, I'm not giving a fairway, I'm giving myself a green, slightly smaller target. Maybe say there's a flag, so I'm going to say there's a 150 marker on the range. I'm going to try and hit it over the 150 marker. The marker itself is the flag in the middle of the green. I'm going to give myself a bit of a window left and right for it to land in. So, go through my normal routine, practice swing, hit my target. Notice the target is always slightly different every time. We're not standing up to it exactly the same. And then let's try and commit to hitting that shot. Now there, I've hit it a little bit higher, a little bit right. That probably got just short. And I've probably got about a 30-yard pitch shot over a bunker. So I'm going to try and simulate that now as well. So club back in the bag. I'll get my lob wedge out, which is what club I'd use. And now I've got some shorter yardages here on the range. So I've got a blue flag just there. It's obviously longer than 30 yards, but that's my reference for accuracy. I'm going to try and land this about 30 yards. So I've got a golf ball in the range that I'm going to try and land next to. Pretty good. So now I give that a rating. How close would that have been to the flag? Probably 10, 12 feet. And then I give myself 2 putts for par. Do that. Go to the range. Just play 9 holes if you don't have time, or golf balls to do lots. But do that. Put yourself in the same environment as the golf course, and you're going to see your range game go to the course a lot quicker.